Half Hour of Flavor is brought to you by Grenon Indépendant, Rockland's local grocer.
Hi, welcome to Half an Hour of Flavor. My name is Maria.
Bonjour, mon nom c'est Patrick. Et aujourd'hui, on va faire une apple crumble. J'ai une surprise.
So
J'ai rajouté du gras marinier.
if we're doing that, then we're gonna not put in the vanilla nor the lemon, and then we'll do that because that will be even better.
Parfait.
So we're gonna start on this side. Our apples are clean and ready to go, and all I'm going to do is I'm just gonna core the apples. For some reason, I always have to do it twice. I never do it straight. But we'll see how this turns out.
Sometimes the apples are not even straight, so.
Not too bad. And then I always have a lot of trouble taking it out for some reason as well. But today, not too bad.
OK,
So then, if you want to go ahead.
absolument.
What if you don't have a quarter at home?
Facile. On coupe la pomme en deux. Ça, la moitié de la pomme en deux. Avec votre couteau d'office. Voilà.
Perfect. I'm just
Ça, on
gonna
va
core
commencer
this
à
one.
éplucher la pomme. Hein, on peut mettre des...
We have at home a little apple tree that we bought, I don't know, when we first got married,
2 ans passés.
2 years ago. And we bought it because it was a fusion of 4 kinds of apples. And we were really excited about it. We thought that it was something really crazy, and we're like, yeah, let's try it, let's see what happens. And we were told that for the first few years, the apple tree would not give apples, that it would take the tree a few years to mature enough to give apples. And we had our first apple within...
La première année qu'on l'a planté, on a eu la première pomme. Une
Yeah,
pomme.
it was really cute. And then the second year we had it,
La
it gave
deuxième,
2 apples, so we're
on a eu 2
expecting
pommes.
3.
So,
They were not the best ones, but they were okay.
alors, si vous n'allez pas utiliser vos pommes tout de suite, je vous suggère d'avoir un bol d'eau avec un peu de jus de citron pour empêcher les pommes de tourner brunes.
If you want, I can keep on peeling, and then you can start cutting if you like.
OK?
You can cube it, you can slice it, that's completely up to you. The thinner and the smaller the slices are, the faster it'll bake. He likes this better than a peeler. I don't mind peelers, but he likes doing this better.
OK. I'm just going to move you just on this side. There you go.
This reminds me of cooking school and turning the potatoes and turning the carrots and turning the zucchini and turning everything. It would take forever.
You know what would be the best time to do this kind of dessert?
Apple season?
Apple season.
That would be
You
perfect.
get the fresh apples right up from the trees, and
You could even do it if you were to pick apples and then you were to clean them, peel them, and cut them. You could freeze them and then use it throughout the year.
yeah, absolument.
The only thing is that if you freeze them, it's going to take a little bit more cornstarch than just fresh apples because of the water content. As I see him cutting, I think of the times when we cut at home and he likes to play a game where he cuts and he won't look at the knife. Just like that.
Non, jamais.
And it always stresses me out. I'm like, look at your knife, but it's something he really likes to do.
You know, at some stores they have this tool that you just put the apple and then you turn it. It peels the apple and it will cut the apple for you. So,
You know, that same thing can do a spiral potato that you would put in a big skewer, a long skewer, and then you would fry.
oh,
And
really?
it's actually quite good. I'm almost done over here. But you're still going faster than I am.
Is that better?
No, it's fine. So we preheated our oven at 350. So that would be ready for when everything's ready.
Yes.
Oops.
A runaway apple.
The other thing we really like doing with apples is we cook pork and he loves to make an apple sauce for the pork.
Yes.
What is it that you do normally? I think it's
Just a applesauce.
no, but you add alcohol.
Oh, that's my little secret.
Oh well, you can tell them.
I either would add brandy or cognac. They both go well with pork and apple.
Alright. I'm gonna try and hurry up a little bit. This does take a while. When we had to do big amounts at work, we would get frozen apples to help us do it faster. Like if you have a big banquet for hundreds of people, can you imagine?
Yes. Or sometimes, vous pouvez toujours tricher puis acheter des pommes déjà pelées et coupées. Si vous avez des banquets pour 300, 400 personnes.
Okay.
Thank you.
There's people that like their apple crumble with a little bit of the skin of the apple. That's completely up to you if you wanted to leave the skin.
Just gonna-
And we have 4 ramekins. They're a really nice size. We're gonna make a good generous portion. Do remember that when you bake your apple crumble, it'll look like you're putting a lot of apples, but everything will compress. So once it's cooked, it'll go to like half of the size. So he's almost done right over here. And then we're gonna add the rest of the ingredients. What I like to do is after I add the apples and I mix all the ingredients, I like to taste and then I go from there. Sometimes I find like you need a bit more sugar or you need a bit more cinnamon. You can play around a bit with that to get it to the taste you really like. Perfect. So I'm gonna add the cloves, cinnamon, and the nutmeg, which that would go well with that as well. And the sugar.
Le sucre.
There's never enough sugar. Okay. And of course cornstarch, because you want everything to hold. And when it bakes, it'll thicken the sugar and the juice from the apple and make it into like a nice sauce.
Now we have the lemon juice, but we're just gonna skip.
Because we're adding that. Do you want to go ahead and mix it?
Yes. With a spoon?
Or with your hands, that's fine. Well, we can mix with a spoon first.
How about a bigger spoon?
A bigger spoon?
My spoon.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so I'll let you do that.
Here.
And then... Now, in the beginning, it's gonna look like the apples. Oh, there we go. The sugar is gonna let the apples have a little bit of moisture, so everything will start combining properly. In the beginning, it won't really look like it's combining
Here,
properly.
let me add just a little bit.
Awesome.
Yeah, we'll start with this.
Perfect. Okay, I'll mix it.
Here, I'll mix it. If you
Okay.
want to start something else.
I would like to try that, actually.
Oh,
I know.
wow.
I'll let you mix it a little bit longer. Now, do remember the alcohol will bake off. So you will have a bit of the taste, but it won't be as strong.
No.
And you want to make sure that if you slice your apples, they come apart, so everything gets enough flavor. Can I try?
See that? This makes me think of a fall.
Like a cold fall night for supper.
Oui, comme dessert.
That would be a good idea. So on this side, I'm going to make the crumble for the top. I'm going to add my oats and flour.
Let's just do a switch.
Okay.
Then we can
We're gonna let this rest. And then the sugar. Basically, you just combine everything. And the cinnamon. So you just want to make sure that everything gets combined. And then the fun begins. So you have your butter. Your butter has to be softened. It has to be almost like where you touch it and it melts. Well, it melts, no. And it goes down.
sugar is clumped up. There you go.
So this one, I'm sorry, but you do have to use your hands.
Okay,
I can do
clean.
it.
No, I'll clean my
No?
hand.
Perfect. So all I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna let him break off a little bit of the sugar. The brown sugar gives it a really good taste. All right, I'll add the butter.
Je vais aussi mélanger avec les mains.
So all you want to do is you want to mix it in, but you don't want to make a paste. You want to make light and light, what's the word? Light and almost like sand. So you don't want the butter to go into a paste. You want it to be mixed in with the flour and everything. I'll show them how. So you want it to look like, just like sand.
But you still want to break up the butter.
Yes. So what I normally do, I don't know why my grandma started doing that and I just kept on doing. So she would grab this in between her hands and just go like that.
Okay, I'll let you finish.
It's a small bowl for 4 hands.
My hands are too big.
So you just want to go like that to let everything mix together.
Ça sent bien bien.
If your hands are warmer, it will start melting the butter, so you might have to work faster. I find that my hands are colder than his hands. So when we work with chocolate, I find that the chocolate melts really fast when you're working with it.
À cause mes mains sont chaudes, oui. Alors, tu veux que je commence à rajouter les pommes? Tu veux que je commence à rajouter les pommes?
Yes, please. Well, this is almost ready. See, it looks like sand. Not too. You want all the butter to incorporate with everything. That looks really good.
Yeah. Voilà.
Perfect. So I'm ready for this, and I'm just gonna grab it. And I like to be generous with the topping. So you want to be a nice even layer.
Après ça, tu pousses?
Not too much, just to make sure that it's holding.
Oh.
And that's it.
That's it?
We can do the rest.
Yes.
You can also use blueberries. You can do peach. Sometimes I feel like eating cherry pie, but I'm too lazy to actually go through doing the whole pie, the crust and everything. So I would do a crumble, and he really likes it too.
Yeah. Ma mère a fait quelque chose de semblable, mais à place de mettre des pommes, elle va rajouter des bleuets ou des fraises ou des framboises, ou faire un mélange, puis mettre la... What do you call this again?
Crumble.
Mettre le crumble par-dessus.
I also like doing this. There are some, well, you can do tart crust or short crust. And there's also some that are already pre-made that you can find at the store. And they're about a 2-inch size. And if you were to do a crumble tart, they're really good too. So you would do the same process, except they would be in a little tart. The apples, this one will take a little bit longer to bake off because the apples are all stacked together. But if you were to put it in a pan, all spread out, and then with the crumble on top, it will bake faster because the apples are all stacked together, higher.
Ça fait du sens.
So I'm going to put that here, and I think we're ready to go into the oven.
Yeah. Alors, on vient juste de mettre les apple crumble dans le four. On va revenir après la pause. Bienvenue. Et là, c'est le temps de sortir les apple crumbles du four.
Perfect.
Et voilà, juste faire attention, c'est chaud.
So our apples had some juice and the juice started to thicken, so it created like a type of sauce all around it that it's bubbling, so we know it's ready for sure.
Wow. It smells really good.
It would be really, really hot. And if you want to make sure that it's really, really done, so all you gotta do is on the side, just poke the apples and they should be soft and tender.
Nice.
So that's ready to go. I'm gonna try and take one out and put it right here.
Do you want me to do it?
Sure. We have a pre-made caramel sauce that we are going to decorate the apple crumble with. We will be serving it with ice cream.
Is it better to let the apple crumble just to cool down a bit?
So we're gonna have to cool it down a bit, otherwise the ice cream will completely just melt away. I'm just gonna grab the ice cream from the freezer, and I don't have a scoop, but we can do a canal. Why not?
Now, should we put the caramel sauce first or after?
I say we put it first and after.
You read my mind. Can I do it?
Yeah.
Et voilà.
I find like this ice cream scoop is never big enough for how much ice cream I would like in my apple crumble. I especially like the cold ice cream over the warm crumble. My canal's not working. There we go.
This is a spoon that she would like to use
Yes.
for apple crumble.
Yes, that's exactly it.
Yes, please.
It usually works better if your spoon is wet, but it still works. There we go.
Après ça, on va rajouter d'autres caramels.
And
Voilà. Are you ready to taste it?
yes. I'll take a big spoon.
Okay. You can have the spoon.
Oops.
And I'm going for this spoon.
For real? The apples are perfectly cooked. It actually took longer than 20 minutes. It took about 30 to 40 minutes. I don't want to burn my mouth. Very good.
Wow.
Very, very good.
Délicieux.
Perfect end to a meal.
Job well done.
Yeah, and it's the ice cream goes really well with the sweetness of the crumble.
The caramel, the gamme marinier, the apple, the sugar.
Well, thanks so much for watching this episode.
Et à la prochaine.